Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm Meteorologist Robertson, bringing you a quick forecast update. More of the same today, and we're not really going to see much of a change until we get into next week, at least with rain and the timing of those showers. But we will talk about everything and talk about what we're going to be tracking later on this afternoon in the forecast. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you can hear me just fine as well. My levels look to be fine, but I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. And yeah, let's get started. So St. Pete looking good this morning, but we are seeing a few showers on the radar, mainly at the coast today, which is not too out of the ordinary with this flow that we have in place. We have this deep southerly flow, low-level flow, pushing in that moisture. When we tend to have this typical flow here, we get those showers forming at the coast a little earlier on in the day, and we're seeing that right now. Nothing too intense, but if you are out kind of near the Clearwater Beach, kind of to the north of Clearwater, Palm Harbor into Tarpon Springs, you can get a light sprinkle this late morning here with a few of these showers just hanging off of the coast, and that's really it. The much rain that we're seeing here locally, the East Coast is seeing a bit more shower activity, especially as you get into the Palm Beach area. Most of the state is dry for now. Of course, we'll be watching out for afternoon showers and storms, but for now, right now it's looking pretty good, so you can get outside and get whatever you need to get done at this point. Hey, Nick and Errol, good morning to you guys. Nick said, when is the rain coming? Pouring concrete this afternoon. Oh, wow. That is an important question that needs to be answered for someone who is pouring concrete and doing that type of activity. I will detail the rain timing in just a minute here for you, Nick. Just hold on tight. Give me about 2 minutes to get through everything. But still kind of the same type of time depending on where you are, and that's another good question too. Where are you specifically? Because the rain is going to come at different times depending on your location. But it's not too much going on out there today, but you can really swim through this air. It is already a bit toasty out there. No surprises though. Temperatures throughout these last few days have been very consistent, especially at this time. We are pretty much in these upper 80s. Some spots have already hit 90 this morning. We're just going to continue to climb throughout the day, but a shower or two could drop those temperatures just a little bit. But you can really see the air feels really heavy. These dew points are still in those mid 70s, very typical for this time of year. We have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So 76 degrees in Tampa with the dew points coupled with temperatures in the upper 80s. Feels like 90s already out there, mid 90s. It's going to feel like upper 90s, triple digits as we get into this afternoon, especially if you're not really in an area with a lot of clouds or with a lot of rain surrounding you. So if it's dry in your neck of the woods on the radar, then just expect it to feel nice and toasty as we get into around 2 to 3 o'clock today. And here are those showers. This is what we're going to be watching as we get into the afternoon. If you have any outdoor plans or if you're pouring concrete like my boy Nick here, this is what you can expect. So a few showers are forming at the coast already this morning, and we can continue to see a few more showers at the coast through your early afternoon hours. So you can kind of see here around lunchtime, 12 to 1 o'clock. Most of those showers are hanging towards the coast with that west coast sea breeze. And as we get into the later portion of our afternoon and through the evening, early evening hours, kind of around commute time, most of those showers and a few storms will be focused more inland. So our interior counties, Polk County, all the way down to Highlands, has a better chance of seeing rain pop up and even a few storms, heavier downpours, moving in closer to 4 to 5 o'clock. You can really see where the coverage is this afternoon, well to the east of I-75, especially between the hours of 3 and between 7 to 8 o'clock. So late afternoon, early evening, you can really see where these storms are setting up, and they get way more intense as you get into 8 o'clock near Polk County, and then as you get into the eastern coast of Florida, which is technically out of our viewing area. But a few of those showers still could push towards the coast as we get into around 9 to 10 o'clock tonight. So even though most of the rain will be focused this evening in our interior counties, Polk County, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands, Manatee County, as we get into tonight, you can just really see how these storms are kind of bouncing back towards the Gulf, and that's going to happen once again tonight. So we're not completely done with the rain for the coast. After this afternoon, around 10 o'clock, another shower, and even a couple rumbles of thunder is possible. And then we dry up overnight and we start all over again as we head into Friday. But Friday is trending a little drier because we have a slot of drier air moving in briefly, kind of in your late morning, early afternoon hours. I think that's going to help to reduce the rain just a little bit. But you can still see a few showers and storms are possible as we get into the evening. But I think the coverage is going to be limited a little bit more as we get into Friday night. But you can really see here. A storm is possible. Just keep the umbrella close if you have any outdoor plans, any family coming into town, taking them out on the town Friday night. Just know that it's going to be quiet throughout most of your night, but things can change pretty quickly once those tropical downpours quickly form and then move in. So just keep an eye on the radar. You have to keep an eye on the radar pretty much every single day during the summertime if you live here in Florida, because storms pop up throughout all types of day, times of the day, rather. But that is your Thursday and Friday here. Today, a bit more widespread coverage, especially inland, but the coast could start to see more shower activity within the next 2 hours or so. So if you're heading out for lunch, keep that in mind. If you're all the way from Citrus County down to around Pinellas and Manatee County, a shower at the coast is possible between 1 to 3 o'clock before those storms push inland. Now, as we head into the weekend, we're going to see some changes kind of late weekend, early into next week. This is the reason why. We have a front approaching us. It's going to kind of sit in the northern part of the state, but that's going to really direct our flow more so out of the southwest. What this means, we still have enough ample moisture around, so it's not really going to change. No really dry air moving in here. And you hear cold front, you may get a little excited. A little cooler, a little drier. No, it's not going to happen, especially this time of year during the summertime. It does not happen for us, really. But what's going to happen is a bit more moisture pooling ahead, especially in the northern part of the state, will lead to a bit more widespread coverage and showers, especially along the panhandle and all the way into Jacksonville. So if you have any plans of traveling to northern Florida early next week, just note that it may be a bit showery. But for us, what this does, we're going to see that flow more so out of the southwest. That's going to help to bring showers to the coast earlier, kind of around commute time. So you may run into a downpour as early as 7 to 8 o'clock, depending on where you are, especially at the Nature Coast. They have way more moisture up there. A few more scattered showers are definitely possible before we head into the noon hour. And then we'll see more of that rain build towards the eastern coast as we get into the afternoon and through the evening. So Cape Canaveral all the way down into the Miami-Dade area has a way better shot of getting those downpours and more intenser types of storms later on in the day with this type of flow that's setting up. So showers mainly in the morning time. A few heavy downpours are possible. This is through Monday and Tuesday, and the showers could be a bit more widespread as well, so just keep that in mind. And then we kind of get back to more of that typical summertime-like flow, getting back into a more southeasterly flow as we head into next week. But just knowing that a pattern change is on the way, but you may not even notice much of the difference. It's mainly kind of a timing change here as we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So expect a few more of those showers earlier on. Heading into the tropics, a little segue here. Not bad, it's pretty quiet. It is July. July is one of our quieter months, so no complaints there. Not seeing much out there today. But you can really see one of the reasons why. We have some dry, dusty air moving off of the coast of Africa, that Saharan air layer, that does help to suppress or even inhibit storm activity, tropical development, when tropical storms really can't work well with really dry air. It tends to cap storm development. So I think that's one of the reasons why we really haven't seen anything truly develop, because the waves that we're currently seeing off of the coast of Africa, you can see here, just to the corner of your screen there. They're going to be struggling with that dry air as that air continues to push across the tropical Atlantic over the next few days. And yeah, some of it's going to make it here, so we may get some of those hazier sunsets as we get into next week. Still quite far away though. But yeah, that air is a good thing this time of year, because that really does help to limit how many storms we really do see in the Atlantic at this time. And also these little waves here, I think they're going to be fighting through a bit of shear if it continues to move to the west. So really not seeing much in the sense of development with any of these little waves off the coast of Africa, because the conditions are just not favorable for development right now for them. But the Gulf, we're going to have to keep our eye on the Gulf pretty closely over the next few days. We have that fuel that fuel that storms really do thrive off of is really warm body of water right now. Bath water temperatures in the Gulf. If you get a little bit of low pressure and a little bit of spin, you have the fuels there, and not a lot of wind shear associated in the atmosphere. We could get some storms firing up pretty quickly and developing rapidly near the Gulf. We tend to get storms a little closer to home during this time of year. And you can kind of see this here in the origins. The Gulf is nice and warm, and that's really an area that could really breed tropical storms. You can see that here clearly. Storms more likely in this part of the Atlantic, and then also up the eastern seaboard where the Gulf Stream is, a warm current of water. We get storms to kind of fire up and develop really quickly over there. And we saw that with Colin a few days ago. People just thought it came out of the blue. It just was a low that tapped into that warm body of water, developed some tropical characteristics, and it became a storm. So we have to watch this area very closely. We tend to look at the main development region, that area of Africa, as we get into the kind of peak season. But this time of year, usually it's still dust season. So a lot of these storms are still kind of fighting against that dry air coming off of the coast of Africa. So they don't really thrive very well in that environment, but we tend to get a little more mischief, some storms trying to fire up closer to our neck of the woods during this time of year. So we're going to keep our eye on the Gulf closely. Some models are hinting at potential development, possibly. But for now, the National Hurricane Center is saying nada. We're not seeing anything at this point, which is good. We're going to stick with that. So for the next few days, we are going to, I'm trying to find my 7-day forecast here. It's all the way at the bottom. Here we go. So for the next few days, really not that bad, all right? Just keep the umbrella close, obviously. You don't want to be caught in one of these downpours. I think Friday, not terrible. Of course, there'll be a few storms on the radar, a few showers, a couple of storms on the radar. But our coverage is a little higher today compared to Friday. And through the weekend, not terrible either. Saturday, Sunday, still a few afternoon showers and storms. And then as we get into Monday and Tuesday, we'll see a bit more of those AM showers, especially at the coast, before storms really fire up and develop further along to the east, way east of I-75, as we head into next week. That is it for me. I'm going to wrap it up here and find what I started the live up with, which is St. Pete Beach right now. All right, everything's taking a long time to load, but there's storms on our radar later on today. I will be back here chatting and tracking what we're seeing. In the meantime, have a great Thursday morning. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.